One thing as a transition life coach that I've noticed with so many student athletes is the lack of fully understanding who you are as a person and who you belong to. Now, when I say who you belong to, I'm not talking about the person or the school that recruited you. I'm talking about your true identity, your true value in Jesus Christ. Moving into this new phase of NIL in college sports and the way that things are moving, it's very fast, it's very rapid. And if you don't know the things that really are against your morals and your standards, it's going to be hard for you to make sound decisions because you're basically just going to go with wherever the motion is, wherever the wave is. So I really, really want to encourage you as an individual to really, truly get to know yourself. I feel that a lot of you know yourself, you just haven't embraced yourself. And that means your quirks, those weird things that you think no one will like, all the pieces of you versus holding tightly to the one thing that everyone loves about you, which is your athleticism. You're worth so much more than just being an athlete. You have different gifts, you have different visions, different mindset than most people have been able to experience with you. Even if you haven't built up the courage and the bravery to share that with other people, I want you to embrace it so that whenever it comes to shaping and molding your life, you're making decisions that are really resonating with you and who you truly are as a person. When it comes to identity, a lot of people feel like it comes from the outside, but really your identity comes from the inside out. Who you are as a person has to do with all those small things that I just mentioned, but also your spirit in like what brings you peace and how you operate as a normal individual. On a day-to-day basis, what do you normally do? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What really truly bothers you and gives you that fire inside of you that makes you feel like you need to do something about it? Those types of questions you have to ask yourself so that you can really get a well-rounded view of what am I here for? What's the purpose? But the one thing that you can do to make sure that your identity is true and that you discover who you are as a person is getting to know Jesus Christ, is reading your Bible, is learning the character and the mindset of God so that you can see yourself the way that he sees you. Honestly, we're all built and created in his image. He really developed us that way. So learning more about where you came from, who you belong to, which is God, and what he has called you to do will help you when it comes to moving forward and making sound decisions and navigating life. You're not going to always know the answers. You're not going to always be able to explain a decision that you're making. But what you can do is do the best that you can and be present. And the only way you can do that is if you have peace. So before you make this next step into going into college or graduating from high school and going into the workforce, whatever you're about to do, take the time to really ask yourself some questions about what really is true to you. What do you love? What do you dislike? What gives you pause? What really shakes your world up? And make sure that you build standards around yourself that holds you accountable to who you say you are. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a solid sense of self, you're going to be in a space where you always are shifting and morphing, and you will never have peace when it comes to that. You'll never be able to gain enough outside recognition or validation from others that's going to help you to have that peace that you're searching for. So do the hard work now of searching yourself and learning you and being by yourself sometimes so that you can have that clarity and that freedom to hear yourself and hear God speak to you and help mold you. Get in your word, read your Bible, learn more about God and his character and read about Jesus and what he did and how he navigated so that you can adopt kingdom principles and that mentality into your life now and be able to embrace yourself fully. So that when you go out and see this world or meet the world and they say, be this and do that, you will be able to have the courage to say, no, I'm about this life over here and move in that without blinking twice. Your identity is the most important thing. I know a lot of y'all like to say the face card don't decline, but guess what? Standards and morals do. So understand your standards and your morals and who you are as an individual and utilize that to make sure that you're making sound decisions and keep moving forward. All right, y'all. Until next time, stay focused, trust God, and respect the process. I'm Coach K, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.